Hello guys, so we are on chapter 28 of A Night Divided. This one's kind of short, but it's all I'm going to read for you today. You'll have another one on, let's see, Friday. Well, I don't know. I'll look and see, but I'll try and read two for you over these next few weeks. So, this is chapter 28. We left off with, let's see. Oh yeah, the officers were, they showed up at the garden dig site, and they were questioning Fritz and Gerda, and Gerda was like really, really worried about it, and Fritz was just kind of telling her to relax a little bit. So we're gonna see where that left off. So this is chapter 28. Fritz and I spent the following morning in the tunnel. He had hit more rock, but he didn't want to move sideways again. I worry that we're tunneling at an angle, he said. If we don't stay straight, we'll cost ourselves weeks of extra work. So we dug out what rock we could and made the path only as wide as it absolutely had to be for a body to squeeze through. I thought about Mama here, whether she would feel comfortable in such a closed-off area. Fritz and I were used to it, but when we brought her down here, she might not like the feeling of being in a dark and narrow tunnel so far below ground. After several hours of more work, we got past the rock, and Fritz helped me haul what we had removed up to the surface. I was reluctant to use the wheelbarrow again. It had been such a close call with Officer Mueller yesterday, but I wouldn't be able to get the rocks outside otherwise. I was on my way to the pond with a load of middle-sized rocks and some dirt, all covered over with one of Mama's sheets when I stopped. Another visitor was coming, Anna. She was alone today and wore capri pants and a sturdy button-down shirt, gardening clothes. Even her brown boots were different from her usual pair. In one hand was a basket that I knew must contain a day's supply of food and water, and in the other hand was a small shovel. I quietly groaned and set the wheelbarrow down. Guten Tag, she called to me. It looks like you've already had another hard day of work. We have, I said. We're probably going to quit for the day, in fact. We? Anna looked around. Where's Fritz today? Her voice turned skeptical. Another errand? Yes. I knew that didn't reflect well on Fritz, but what choice did I have? Anna pressed her eyebrows together. He leaves the work for you here too often. I don't usually see him working, only you. My mouth suddenly went dry, so much that I had trouble speaking. You've been watching us? She laughed, with no idea of how serious my question had been. Only when passing by the alley, that's all. Anyways, I told you I would come help, and my mother said I could stay for as long as I wanted. I'm looking forward to it. Her eyes darted to the clothesline. You started doing your laundry here too? That's weird. We have running water and room to hang clothes when they're clean. It's better than our washer back at home. Anna walked with me over to the sheets to inspect them better. Are you sure about that? I don't mean to be rude, Gerda. I know you're doing the best with your mother gone, but these aren't that clean. I am doing my best, I said defensively. She wasn't being unkind. It's just that she had no idea of how tired I was, how hungry I was, how scared I was every minute of the day that we would be discovered. If I were any more tired or hungry or afraid, I would spend every waking minute crying and every moment of sleep racked by nightmares. But as it was, my senses were constantly on alert while we were here, and I fell into such a deep sleep at night that I couldn't remember if I still dreamed anymore. I'm sorry, Anna said. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I came to help, really. And I can pull weeds or water the plants or help you with the wash, whatever you want. I brought food we can share, even enough for Fritz if he returns, and I thought we could talk and catch up. I tried not to look as sad as I felt while I stared at her. Of course I wanted our friendship back. I missed her. In some ways, I missed her even more than I missed my own parents and Dominic, because up until a couple of months ago, she'd known me better than almost anyone in the world. And it would have been wonderful to have her company here through the long afternoons, except for the times I was down in the tunnel with Fritz or he was up here with me. This was lonely work. But it was impossible to allow Anna to stay. Fritz couldn't leave the building while she was here, and I wouldn't be able to empty the dirt or even touch the wheelbarrow right behind me. The first thing she'd try to do if I accepted her help would be to peel off the sheet from the wheelbarrow to wash it, and then she'd see what a fraud the entire clothesline really was. I appreciate your offer, but Fritz and I want to do this by ourselves. I had to be firm, but I tried to be polite as well. More than ever before, I still wanted her as a friend. Oh, I did hurt your feelings. Anna frowned. I truly am sorry. The laundry is fine, Gerda. It's hard to do so much on your own. I'm not on my own, I said. I have my brother with me, and my mother will be home soon. Thank you for asking, but we don't need help. I swallowed hard and added, we don't want it. I'm trying to get our friendship back. Anna's face flushed as if she were holding back tears. I'm trying, Gerda. But my face had turned to stone, just as hers used to do. It's too late for that. Oh, okay. Anna's eyes darted around it as if she wasn't sure what to do next. I had never been rude, and even if I'd punched her, I couldn't have hurt her worse. She lowered her head and backed off the lot. Well, goodbye then. I stood in place until she disappeared down the alley. Only when I was sure I was alone did I wheel the dirt and sheet to the pond and start the wash again. This time I needed more privacy than ever, from the road and from the watchtower and even from Fritz, because I was certain I had just lost a friend forever, and the sadness of that was more than I could bear. Okay, we will catch back up with chapter 29 in a few days.